I've spent the last decade in the trenches of the tech world, building my own successful tech businesses. And I've seen countless talented tech people get left behind because they didn't adapt fast enough. And here is a shocking fact. 50% of today's tech jobs won't exist in 5 years. And you're watching this video because you know that the world of tech is changing at an incredible pace. And you've heard the buzz about AI, blockchain, cloud, and all these other emerging fields. But maybe you've been putting off learning about them. Maybe you think that you still have time. But here is the harsh truth. If you're not constantly upskilling and staying ahead of the curve, then you are already falling behind. Now imagine walking into a job interview next year, confident that you have the exact skills companies are desperate for. Imagine being able to name your price because you are one of the few who can do what needs to be done. The future is possible, but only if you start now. In this video, I'm going to reveal the top high-income tech skills for 2024. These aren't just trends, they are the foundation of the tech industry's future. And I'm going to show you exactly how to master them. But here is the catch. This information has an expiration date. The longer you wait, the more opportunities that you will miss. Now remember, the world of tech isn't slowing down for anyone. The question is, will you keep up or will you be left behind? Because the choice is yours. But if you're ready to take control of your career and your financial future, then let's get started on mastering the high-income tech skills of 2024. But before we get started, check out my weekly tech newsletter where I share free resources, tutorials, bootcamps, and so much more, helping you with your tech move. Now, with all of these high-income tech skills, you only need 1 hour. 1 hour of practicing, 1 hour of coding, and 1 hour of studying. 1 hour of anything but distracting yourself from the skills that you are trying to learn. And I know you will think that 1 hour feels like nothing, but until you look back 365 hours later and your new tech skills have skyrocketed. In fact, 99% of people watching this video can't even focus for 1 hour a day on learning something new. So if you can focus on this video, it's very likely that you are already ahead of the competition. All right, let's kick things off with the hottest tech skill of the moment. AI and machine learning. Now imagine waking up to find your bank account overflowing with $900,000. That's not a fantasy. It's the reality for top AI engineers at OpenAI. And here is the kicker. This field is just getting started. AI and machine learning aren't just buzzwords. In fact, they've been around for years. They are the engines powering the future and they're hungry for talent. But here is what most people don't know. You don't need a PhD to break into this field. You just need the right skills and the will to learn. Now think of AI as teaching a dog a new trick. But instead of a dog, it's a computer. And machine learning, that's like the dog figuring out the new tricks on its own. It's that simple. Every time Netflix knows exactly what show that you want to watch next, that's AI. Every time your phone recognizes your face to unlock, that's machine learning. It's already part of your daily life, whether you realize it or not. Now imagine being the person behind these innovations. Imagine being able to create the systems that can predict stock market trends, detect diseases before doctors can, or even write the next blockbuster movie. Companies are desperate for people with these skills. They're not just willing to pay, they are eager to pay. We're talking salaries starting at $100,000 and going way past $300,000 for top talent. And the best part is that there aren't enough qualified people for these roles. And that's where you come in. You can start learning these skills today, right from your computer. No fancy degree required, just dedication and the right resources, which I will share with you. Yes, there is math involved. Yes, you'll need to learn some programming, but if you can add and subtract, if you can learn a new language, you can learn AI and machine learning. Don't let fear hold you back. Every AI expert started exactly where you are right now. The only difference between them and everyone else is that they took the first step. Now I know what you are thinking. This sounds great, but how do I actually get started with AI and machine learning? Well, I've got you covered. Here is a quick roadmap to becoming an AI and machine learning expert. Firstly, you want to master the basics. Start with Python. It's the language of AI. Websites like Code Academy or Free Code Camp offer great and free resources. Spend just 1 hour a day, and in 1 month, you'll be writing your own programs. Next, dive into math, but don't panic. You don't need to be a math genius. Focus on statistics and linear algebra. Again, 1 hour a day is all it takes. After that, you want to go into machine learning. Google has a great free machine learning crash course, which I'll link below. Then you want to move on to deep learning, and this is where things get exciting. You want to use libraries like TensorFlow or PyTorch to build neural networks. And once you've learned these foundations, you want to start building projects, because this is crucial. You can start small, maybe a program that just predicts house prices or recognizes handwritten digits. Then work your way to more complex projects, each one being a potential for your portfolio. Now remember that consistency is key. 1 hour a day, every day, will take you further than bursts of all-nighters. And here is a secret that most people don't know. Companies aren't just looking for experts. They are desperate for people who are eager to learn and grow in this field. Your enthusiasm and dedication can be just as valuable as years of experience. Now, I will link a really great intro video on LLMs in the description below of this video to get you started. But in the next section, we're going to dive into the fuel that powers AI. Data. But first, ask yourself, a year from now, do you want to be watching others succeed in tech, in AI, or do you want to be the one others are watching? Just think about that for a second. Now imagine being able to predict the future. Sounds like magic, right? Well, that's exactly what data scientists do every single day. And here is what makes it great. Companies are willing to pay big bucks for this magic. Data science isn't just about numbers, it's about turning information into gold. Every time you click, swipe, or buy something, you are creating data. Data scientists are the modern day alchemists who transform this raw information into billion-dollar decisions. Think of it like this. Data is the new oil, and data scientists are the oil refiners. Without them, all the information is just numbers. Again, you don't need to be a math genius to break into this field. You just need to be curious and willing to learn. So what can you do as a data scientist? You can predict which customers are likely to leave a company and save millions in the process. You can figure out the next big trend in fashion before it happens. You can help doctors diagnose diseases more accurately, and so much more. And the best part is that pay is incredible. Entry-level data scientists can easily make $80,000 to $100,000 a year. And with experience, that goes to $150,000 or even over $200,000 per year. So how do you get started? You need to learn Python again, and then master the basics of statistics. Don't worry, you don't need to become a math professor. Focus on concepts like probability and hypothesis testing. You also need to get comfortable with databases, so you need to learn SQL. It's how you access most data in the real world. Then you want to practice data visualization. Tools like Tableau or Power BI can help you turn boring numbers into compelling stories. And finally, again, you want to build projects. Start small, analyze your personal finances, predict sporting outcomes, and every project, again, is a piece of your portfolio that you'll show companies. Remember, companies aren't just looking for experts, they are desperate for people who can think critically and solve problems. The tech skills and the tech know-how is only half the job. Your unique perspective could be exactly what they need. Now, before the end of this video, I'm going to reveal which one of these high-income tech skills is the one I recommend you learn given my decade of tech experience. And it's the one that I would focus on the most for the next 5 to 10 years and future-proofing your career. So we've looked into the data-driven world of data science and analytics. But where does this data all live? And how are businesses able to access and analyze this data at massive scale? And that answer lies in our next high-income tech skill, cloud engineering. Now listen closely, because this might be the most important skill that you will ever learn. Cloud engineering isn't just another tech buzzword. It's been around for a while. It's a place that powers everything from Netflix to NASA. If you want to be at the heart of tech innovation, this is where you need to be. Think of the cloud as the world's biggest, most powerful computer that anyone can use. Need to store 1 trillion photos? Done. Want to analyze data from millions of users? Easy. And that's the power of the cloud. And cloud engineers are the wizards who make all of this happen. And here is a mind-blowing fact. By 2025, the cloud industry will be worth $832 billion. That's not just growth, that's explosion. And guess what? There aren't enough cloud engineers to meet the demand. So what does this mean for you? Opportunity. Massive, life-changing opportunity. Cloud engineers are the most in-demand tech professionals right now. We're talking salaries starting at $100,000 and going past $200,000 for experienced experts. And the best part is that you can start learning these skills right now from today from your computer. And here is why cloud engineering is the ultimate tech skill. Firstly, it's the foundation. AI, machine learning, big data, they all run on the cloud. Master this and you've got a foot in the door to any tech field. Secondly, it's always evolving. You'll never be bored. There's always something new to learn and explore. It's also future-proof because as long as businesses need technology, i.e. forever, they're going to need cloud engineers. And finally, it's accessible. You don't need a computer science degree. With the right training, anyone can break into this field. Now, I know what you are thinking. Again, this sounds great, but how do I get started with cloud engineering? Well, as someone experienced and specialized in this area, I've got you covered. I know exactly what it takes to succeed in this field. I've got my own cloud security business. So firstly, you need to understand the fundamentals of how the cloud works. This includes concepts like virtualization, networking, security, operating systems, and databases. Now, many cloud providers like AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud offer free intro courses to help you learn the basics. And then I would suggest learning the biggest one of the three, which is AWS, because you'll be exposed to more opportunities. Next, you want to familiarize yourself with the specific tools and platforms of your chosen cloud provider, because each provider has their own suite of services for computing, storage, databases, analytics, and more. Learning how to use these services effectively is the key to designing and managing effective cloud solutions. And one of the most important skills in cloud engineering is cloud architecture. This involves understanding how to structure and optimize cloud environments for performance, scalability, and cost efficiency. Another important skill is automation and scripting, because with the cloud, you can automate many tasks that would otherwise be manual and time-consuming. Tools like Terraform and CloudFormation allow you to define your infrastructure as code, making it easier to manage and reproduce your environments. And of course, security is fundamental in the cloud, because as a cloud engineer, you need to understand how to secure your data and applications in a shared responsibility model. Now, to start building your cloud engineering skills, I recommend starting with these fundamentals. Now, of course, I am biased, but check out my free cloud engineering content on this YouTube channel. And that's why I've created my Cloud Engineer Academy. This is not just another online course. It's your fast track to becoming a cloud engineering pro. We've already helped over 200 students go from zero to cloud engineer hero. So I'll link that as well in the description below, just in case you want to check it out. But let's move on. Now, as more and more of our lives and businesses move online, i.e. to the cloud, there's a dark side to this digital revolution. Hackers, malware, data breaches. The cyber threats are real and they're growing. And that's where our next high-income tech skill comes in. Cyber security. Imagine waking up to find your entire digital life exposed, your bank account drained, your personal photos leaked, your identity stolen. Sounds like a nightmare, right? Well, that's the reality for millions of people every single year. And here is the twist. You could be the hero who prevents this. Welcome to the world of cyber security. You're not just working in tech, you're defending the digital frontier. Here is a shocking fact. Every 39 seconds, there is a hacker attack. By the time that you finish this video, hundreds of attacks have occurred. And here is the kicker. There aren't enough cybersecurity experts to stop them. This isn't just a problem, It's your opportunity. Cybersecurity isn't just another IT job. It's a high-stakes game of cat and mouse where you are always one step ahead of the bad guys. You're the digital equivalent of a secret agent, protecting everything from personal data to national secrets. And guess what? Companies are desperate for cyber defenders. We're talking about 3.5 million unfulfilled cybersecurity jobs by 2025. That's not just job security, that's job domination. The pay, very impressive. Entry-level positions start at $70,000 and experienced professionals easily make $150,000 to $200,000. Some top experts even break the $300,000 mark. And here is how you can join. Firstly, start with the basics. Learn networking and operating systems. Then get certified. CompTIA Security Plus is a great start. It's like a passport to the cybersecurity world. Next, you want to learn to think like a hacker. You want to take ethical hacking courses to teach you how to find vulnerabilities before the bad guys do. Then you want to practice, and practice. You want to set up a home lab, break things and fix them and repeat. And of course, you always want to stay ahead. Because cyber threats are evolving daily, you want to make learning a habit. Another key skill is communication, because cybersecurity isn't just a technical challenge, it's a business issue. You need to be able to translate complex technical concepts into language that non-technical stakeholders can understand. You'll be working closely with the leadership team to prioritize risks and implement security strategies that align with business objectives. Now remember, in cybersecurity, you're not just learning a skill, you're becoming a digital guardian. Every line of code that you write, every system that you secure could be protecting millions of people around the world. Now, what if I told you there's a technology that can eliminate fraud, streamline global supply chains, and even transform the internet as we know it? Sounds like science fiction, right? Well, it's not. It's blockchain, and it's the next big tech revolution. Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't blockchain about Bitcoin? That's like saying the internet is just about email. Blockchain is so much more, and it's about to change everything. And it's also our next high income skill. Imagine a world where you can transfer money instantly to anyone, anywhere without banks, where you can prove the authenticity of anything, from diamonds to designer handbags with just a scan, where your personal data truly belongs to you and not the tech giants. That's the world blockchain is creating. And here is a mind-blowing fact. The blockchain market is expected to grow by 500% in the coming years. That's not just growth, again, that's explosion. And here is the best part. There isn't enough blockchain experts to meet this demand, because companies are desperate for blockchain talent, are willing to pay big. Salaries start from $80,000 for juniors and also going past $200,000 for experienced individuals. Some blockchain experts can even expect over $300,000 in salaries. So how can you ride the blockchain wave? Here is your roadmap. First, you want to understand the basics. Learn how blockchain works. What is it? Why is it important? Next, you want to pick a platform. Ethereum is the most popular. You can start by learning Solidity because that's the programming language. Next, you want to build projects. Create your own cryptocurrency or decentralized app. Again, each project is part of your portfolio. Remember, blockchain isn't just about technology, it's a movement. It's about creating a more transparent, secure, and fair digital world. And you can be at the forefront of this revolution. And as you advance, look for opportunities to apply your blockchain skills to real-world scenarios, because many companies and industries are now exploring blockchain pilots and proof of concepts. Getting involved in these early-stage projects can give you valuable experience, and you can position yourself as a blockchain leader, because while it's still early days for blockchain, those with the skills and the vision to use its potential will be well positioned for the future. Okay, for the next high-income tech skill, we're going back to basics. This skill underlines all the technologies that we've discussed so far, and that is software development. With software development, you have the power to create anything that you dream of with just your mind and a keyboard. That's not a fantasy, that is literally software engineering. It's the backbone of our digital world. Think about it. Every app on your phone, every website that you visit, every video game that you play, all of these were born from lines of code, and you could be the one writing that code. Software development isn't just for tech geniuses, it's for problem solvers, for creators, for anyone who wants to shape the future. And let me tell you, the future future is for hungry developers. And let me give you another mind-blowing fact, because by 2024, i.e. this year, there'll be 1.4 million computing jobs and only 400,000 computer science graduates to fill them. That's not an opportunity, it's a gold rush. So what does this mean for you? It means that if you can code, then you're holding the keys to the kingdom. We're talking salaries starting at $70,000 and again, going past $200,000 for experienced developers. In fact, Netflix pays upwards of $600 to $1 million for developers. And the best part is that you can learn this for free today from your computer. And here is your roadmap to becoming a software developer. Choose a language. Python, JavaScript, or Java are great for beginners. And you want to learn the basics: variables, loops, functions. These are your building blocks. Then you want to build projects. Start small. Create a calculator, a to-do app, or a simple game. Then you want to learn frameworks. Tools like React, Django will supercharge your skills. Then you want to collaborate, join open source projects, show the world what you can do and what you can come up with. And remember, the world of technology is always evolving. New frameworks, tools, and paradigms emerge all the time. And as a software developer, your learning journey never really ends. But that part is exciting. There's always something new to master and discover. All right, now let's talk about technology that's quietly revolutionizing our world: the Internet of Things, or also known as IoT. Now, I know what you're thinking. What is IoT? What does it even mean? Well, let me paint you a picture. Imagine a world where everything around you is smart, connected, and working together to make your life easier. That's not science fiction. It's the Internet of Things, and it's already here. Think about it. Your fridge is ordering groceries when you're running low. Your car is finding the best route home. Your entire house adjusting its temperature and lighting for perfect comfort. That is the power of IoT. And here is the best part, because we're just scratching the surface. The IoT market is set to explode to 1.1 trillion in this year. That's not just growth, that's a revolution. So what does this mean for you? It means that if you can speak the language of IoT, you're holding the key to the future. We're talking salaries starting at $80,000 and going past again $200,000 for IoT architects. And the demand, it's through the roof. And here is your roadmap to becoming an IoT expert. Learn the basics. Start with Raspberry Pi, which is your IoT playground. Next, you want to master networking because you need to understand how devices talk to each other. Then you want to get comfortable with data because IoT is all about data. You want to learn to collect, analyze, and act on it. Next, you want to focus on security because in a connected world, security is important. Then again, you want to build your own projects. Start with your own home devices. Each project again adds to your portfolio. Remember that IoT isn't just about technology, it's about reimagining how we interact with the world around us. It's about creating the future where our environment is responsive, efficient, and intelligent. And it's there to make our lives easier. Now let's talk about two closely related fields that are absolutely critical in today's tech landscape: DevOps and Site Reliability Engineering, or SRE. These might just sound like more tech jargon, but trust me, understanding these concepts could be the key to unlocking some of the most exciting and lucrative opportunities in tech. Think of DevOps and SRE as the special forces of the tech world. They are the ones who swoop in and save the day. Keep the systems running 24/7, 365 days a year. And let me tell you, they are in high demand. Because here is another shocking fact. Every minute of downtime can cost a company up to $5,600. And that's why companies are desperate for DevOps and SRE experts. We're talking salaries starting at $100,000 and again past $200,000 for experienced professionals. So what does this mean for you? It means that if you can master DevOps and SRE, you're not just getting a job, you're becoming indispensable. Here is your roadmap to becoming a DevOps and SRE expert. Firstly, again, learn to code. Python or Go are great choices. Then you want to master the cloud, AWS, Azure, and GCP. Pick one and dive deep, but pick the biggest one. AWS. Next, you want to understand automation. Tools like Ansible, Puppet, and Chef are your best friends here. Then you want to get comfortable with containers. Docker and Kubernetes are the must-knows in the area. And then you want to focus on monitoring because you want to learn to spot problems before they actually happen. Remember, in DevOps and SRE, you're not just maintaining systems, you're optimizing, innovating, and pushing the boundaries of what is possible. But perhaps most importantly, you need a problem-solving mindset because DevOps and SRE is all about continuous improvement. You need to be able to look at complex systems, identify bottlenecks and failure points, and then come up with innovative solutions. Now remember, DevOps and SRE are also as much about culture and practices as they are about specific tools. You should read books like Phoenix Project and Site Reliability Engineering, which is about how Google runs production systems, to understand the principles behind both of these approaches, because the world of tech is moving towards an automated, more reliable, and more scalable systems. Right, we are flying through this video, but now let's step into the world where the lines between reality and digital fantasy blur. A world where you can explore ancient Rome in your living room, practice complex surgeries without risk, or attend a concert with friends from across the globe, all from the comfort of your own home. Again, this isn't science fiction, my friends. This is extended reality, or XR, and it's changing how we interact with technology and each other. Extended reality is an umbrella term that covers virtual reality, VR, and augmented reality, AR, and also mixed reality, MR. It's about creating immersive digital experiences that can enhance, augment, or even replace our physical reality. And let me tell you, the potential applications are mind-boggling. In education, students can take virtual field trips to ancient civilizations or inside the human body. In healthcare, surgeons can practice complex procedures in a risk-free virtual environment. In retail, customers can try on clothes and see how furniture looks in their home before buying. As you can imagine, the possibilities here are endless. XR isn't just the next big thing in tech. It's a whole new reality. It's where the digital world and physical world collide, creating experiences that were once unimaginable. The XR market is set to explode to $465 billion by 2030, but what does this mean for you? It means that if you can create in XR, you're not just ahead of the curve, you are shaping the future. Salaries again start at $70,000, skyrocketing past $200,000 for XR architects. And the demand for these skills are off the charts. Remember, XR is a fairly new and young field, but it has a huge potential for innovation. So that means that the next big breakthrough in XR could come from you. So how do you become an XR developer? Firstly, you want to learn 3D modeling, tools like Blender. Then you want to master a game engine like Unity or Unreal Engine. Then you want to understand XR design because it's a whole new world and you want to learn how to design for it. Then you want to get comfortable with XR hardware, from Oculus to HoloLens. These are your tools. Then you want to start to build experiences because you want to start small and dream big. The innovation in this area is so exciting and you just have to think about your imagination. Okay, so you've just got a glimpse of the future. AI, IoT, blockchain, XR, software development, each one a digital frontier brimming with potential. But here is the secret that most people miss. They all have one thing in common, one foundation that powers them all. That foundation is the cloud. Cloud engineering isn't just another skill, it's the master key that unlocks every door in the tech world. It's the invisible force powering AI's vast computation, storing IoT's endless data streams, and providing the scalable infrastructure that makes all of these innovations possible. Now let these numbers sink in. The cloud market is exploding, again set to hit $832 billion market by 2025, and by 2026, nearly half of all IT spending will be cloud-based. This isn't just growth, it's a shift in the tech landscape. So while the cloud powers everything, there is a critical shortage of cloud engineers. Companies are desperate for cloud talent, with the demand growing by 27% year on year. High salaries and exciting career paths. You should learn cloud engineering first because it's the simplest path in all of these tech specialization fields. Generalize first in the cloud, then specialize in AI, cyber, IoT, or any other tech skill. Now you might be thinking, this sounds great, but isn't cloud engineering complicated? Here is the truth. Comparing it to advanced AI algorithms and blockchain, cloud engineering is surprisingly easy to pick up. You don't need a PhD or years of experience. You just need the right guidance. And that's where I come in. I've spent years working and mastering cloud engineering, building systems that power some of the most innovative companies, Fortune 500 companies, small startups. I also have my own cloud security consultancy where we help businesses build platforms on AWS. And now I want to share that cloud knowledge with you. Inside my Cloud Engineer Academy, you fast track to becoming a cloud engineering professional. This is not an online course, it's a community, a program helping you to go from zero to cloud engineer superstar. Our students right now have been securing six-figure jobs and job interviews at AWS. And the best part is that you'll be learning from someone who's actually done it. Someone who's built real-world cloud solutions and knows exactly what employers are looking for. Remember, in the world of tech, the cloud isn't just part of the future, it is the future. And that future starts now. You can find out more using the link in my description. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and drop a comment below which tech skill that you're going to be pursuing, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.